Hello, everyone, and welcome back to the Miss English podcast. I am your host, Sochiata, and I am so thrilled to have you here with us today for a very special, cozy episode.
And hello from my side as well. I am Mr. Saroon, and it is a pleasure to be back in the studio. Today's topic is something very close to our hearts, literally and figuratively.
That is right. We are talking about our day at home. You know, Mr. Saroon, I think many people view their homes just as a place to sleep. But for me, it is a whole world of its own.
I couldn't agree more. The home is a sanctuary. It is where we are most ourselves. So, Chiara, why don't you start by telling us what a typical morning looks like for you when you are spending the day at home?
Oh, I love a slow morning. I usually wake up around 7 a.m., but I don't get out of bed immediately. I love listening to the quiet of the house. You can hear the distant birds chirping and the soft rustle of the curtains.
That sounds very poetic. My house is a bit louder. I usually wake up to the sound of my neighbor's rooster and the clinking of pots and pans in the kitchen.
A rooster? That is a very traditional way to wake up. Do you enjoy that early start, or do you wish for more silence?
Actually, I love it. It makes me feel connected to the world. The first thing I do is walk to my small garden. I love the feeling of the morning dew on the grass and the smell of wet soil. It is very grounding.
Gardening in the morning? That sounds lovely. For me, the first thing I do is head straight for the kitchen to boil some water. There is something so satisfying about the sound of the kettle starting to whistle.
Ah, the ritual of the morning beverage. Are you a tea person or a coffee person, Sochiata?
Definitely coffee. I love the rich, earthy aroma that fills the entire house. I usually sit by the window, watching the street slowly wake up while I sip my latte. It is my time for reflection.
Reflection is so important. I find that when I am at home, I have more time to think clearly. After my tea, I usually spend some time reading. Do you find it easy to focus at home, or do you get distracted?
That is a great question. Honestly, sometimes I get very distracted. I see a pile of laundry or a dusty shelf, and suddenly I am cleaning instead of reading or working.
The home trap, I know it well. You start to do one small chore, and 3 hours later, you have reorganized your entire kitchen cabinet.
Exactly. But I have learned to manage it. Now, when I am at home, I set a timer. I tell myself, Sochiata, you have 30 minutes for chores, then you must sit down.
That is a very disciplined approach. I find that I work best in the middle of the day. By 10 a.m., the house is bright with sunlight. I love the way the light hits the floorboards. It feels so warm and inviting.
Sunlight changes everything. I usually move my laptop to the dining table during the afternoon because that is where the best light is. I feel so much more productive when the environment is bright.
And what about lunch? Do you cook for yourself when you are home, or do you prefer something quick and easy?
I love cooking lunch. When I am at the office, I usually just have a sandwich, but at home, I take my time. I love the sound of onions sizzling in the pan and the vibrant colors of fresh vegetables.
You are making me hungry just thinking about it. For me, lunch is a family affair. Even if I am working, we try to gather at the table. It is a time to share stories and laugh together.
That is so beautiful, Mr. Saroon. The home really is about the people in it. But what about the afternoon slump? You know, that time around 2 p.m. when you feel a bit sleepy?
Oh, I have a secret for that. I take a short nap, just 20 minutes on the sofa. There is something about the familiar sounds of the house, the ticking clock, the hum of the refrigerator, that helps me drift off into a very peaceful sleep.
A nap sounds divine. I usually try to push through it with another cup of tea, or I might do some light stretching in the living room. It helps to get the blood flowing again.
Stretching is very good. We spend so much time sitting. As the afternoon fades into evening, I notice the energy of the home changes. It becomes more quiet, more intimate.
Yes, the golden hour. When the sun starts to set and everything glows orange and gold. That is my favorite time to put on some soft jazz music. It sets such a relaxing mood for the rest of the evening.
Thoughtfully, music is a wonderful companion at home. For me, the evening is for winding down. I like to sit on my porch and watch the stars come out. In the countryside, the sky is so clear, and the crickets start their nightly concert.
That sounds like a dream. I live in the city, so for me, the evening is about the city lights and the distant sound of traffic, which is actually quite soothing in its own way. It feels like a lullaby.
Every home has its own rhythm, its own song. Whether it is the silence of the woods or the buzz of the city, it is where we belong.
I really feel that. Before we wrap up, Mr. Saroon, what is one thing you would suggest to our listeners to make their day at home more meaningful?
I would say be present. Don't just rush through your chores. Feel the water on your hands when you wash the dishes. Smell the air. Listen to the sounds of your house. Make your home a place of mindfulness.
That is such beautiful advice. Be present in the small moments. Well, that brings us to the end of our session today. It has been such a pleasure talking about the simple joys of home with you.
The pleasure was all mine, Sochiata. I hope our listeners find a moment of peace in their homes today.
Rightly. Thank you, everyone, for tuning in to the Miss English podcast. Don't forget to appreciate the little things today. Until next time, goodbye.
Goodbye, everyone. Stay cozy.